What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, very excited because we are starting off our Transformers 1 journey with the Transformers 1 Studio Series Deluxe Class Optimus Prime. Now, this one's kind of an interesting one because obviously, much like they did with Rise of the Beast, they're going to be doing a Studio Series line and a main line. And the main line, oddly enough, really kind of looks like this guy. But what's interesting is the packaging for that actually says Orion Pax / Optimus Prime. So, obviously, Orion Pax becomes Optimus when he gets the Matrix. We all know that. That's part of the lore, unless they decide to change it with this film. And this guy does come with the Matrix. You can actually see it right inside there, which is prominent on the figure itself. But he still very much looks like Orion Pax, which is a thing, I guess. For the packaging, though, you can see really cool image of Optimus right there. Transformers, the Studio Series, obviously. Transformers 1 logo right up there, up close image of him, looking young-ish, which I appreciate. I don't know how they were able to kind of do that with that overall look. I do kind of wish that they didn't have the battle mask on him. Now, obviously, Optimus is very iconic in having that battle mask, but Orion Pax, when you go back and watch like the original G1 cartoon, all that stuff, usually did not have anything like that. It was just an open face, which he did have in a lot of the movies until he went into battle, obviously. So, I don't know. It's very clean, very round. Looks youthful, which is interesting. Come around to the other side, a more pullback image of him. The back section here shows that he transforms in 25 steps. You got images of him in his robot, his vehicle mode, all that fun stuff. And then, I didn't hit anybody. Okay. And then you do get the backdrop, which I usually don't focus on this, but since this is a new one, kind of want to show this off. Again, you got the Transformers 1 logo there. Really cool image of Cybertron, clearly looking like the golden years, or golden age of Cybertron, which is nice. Very bright, very lively, clean, very cool. I'm excited about all of it. Figure-wise, now, we don't necessarily know how he's going to look. So, I mean, for the most part, he kind of looks like this in the trailer that we saw. But there's always, like, slight differences. And until we really get a real good look at that movie, we're going to have to wait to nitpick on certain aspects of things. That being said, he does look considerably different than what we got in terms of the Transformers Bumblebee look for him. Here he is. Transformers Bumblebee. Or was this Cyber... I don't remember which... Yeah, I think that was Bumblebee. Similar kind of, obviously, design in terms of, like, you know, you got, like, the smokestacks, you got the chest, the legs, all that kind of stuff. There's obviously going to be a similar look to these characters because they don't really radically change too terribly much. But you got a Voyager... You got a Deluxe. I actually kind of like this, especially in terms of thinking of him as Orion Pax, which I really want to do. That's ultimately kind of what I want, which is partly why, see, and this part's going to come down, which is partly why I wish that he had just an open face, just to kind of denote that slight difference. What other figures do I have around here? I got way too many clothes over here, but you get the general idea for them. Accessory wise, this fell off on the back. Now this, I don't even know why you would necessarily need this other than to store it. So there's a little bit of parts forming involved in this, but I don't particularly like it. You got like these little tabs up here that this connects to, and it's very tiny. You can kind of see it like right there, that little tiny, here, let me come easy, man, that little tiny nub right up there. You take this, right, and you literally just kind of finagle this. Wait, how's that go? You just kind of put that in there, let me see. Where's... Oh, yeah, that's right. So you got, like, yeah, you can kind of see, like, if it'll focus, that little, not that little prong thing, that little tiny thing sticking up. You literally just kind of attach that on there, it seems. Although it doesn't, well, maybe I am doing it wrong. You kind of just, like, sit that, there we go. Yeah, it just kind of sits like that, but it's not on there very securely. I mean, that just wiggles right off. So you kind of put it like that, and then you got these little grooves right there that you literally will just line that up, kind of friction that down, and that kind of stay there. Although I can't get it on there. Come on. It doesn't stay on there very well. I mean, it's there. I mean, it's holding, but like then you have to fold that down, and then hope you don't bump into those little prongy things that are sticking out of his butt. So, is what it is. Overall, I mean, you have the Energon Axe. Just going through his accessories, the Energon Axe has these little tabs on the side that you have these little slots right here, so you can plug that in right now. You can also remove these if you want to. I don't know why anybody would want to. And you could kind of use these as guns. He doesn't come with his iconic ion blaster. And then, like I was talking about with the packaging, you can kind of see it on the inside there. The Matrix, which you just lift this up, and boom! The Matrix of Leadership. The kind of neat thing about that, I'm going to remove these because I know that that's going to pop off. So you see how he's got these little, on his hands, like there's these little kind of groove sections. You can actually take this off, pull this out, and you got like these little bits right here. So you just come around here, and you can actually kind of, sort of, you can kind of see how that is like that, and then you put that in there. You just kind of slot that in there. So you can actually get them to hold the Matrix. You got some butterfly joints right here, so you can kind of do that, which that's kind of cool. Thoughtful on the part of the Hasbros to include something like that. But you can see you got like the little translucent bit right there, and you're just gonna plug that right back in, yeah, just like so. Overall, though, I do really like the design of him. It definitely kind of keeps in, like I said, with that Orion Pax Optimus Prime look. So I dig it. Pretty cool. Articulation-wise, the head is on this ball joint, which you get a lot of range of motion, so he can, like, fly. That's mostly part of the transformation for it. So you got that whole thing. You got a bit of a butterfly joint here. It's kind of part of the transformation. That joint's going to come in handy later on. And then you have the swivel, and then, like I said, a little bit of outward motion, just kind of all the way around, again, as part of the transformation. So all that stuff is there. You do have a bend at the elbow. You also have a rotation at the elbow. Wrists also do rotate, which is nice. You do have an upper diaphragm joint rotation. This little bit here just shifts up, and then you can move the legs forward and back. Very stiff on mine, which is good to see, but because of the size of the ball joint, you also do get a little bit of rotation up there as well. You do have the bend at the knee. You also have a rotation at the knee. The ankles, do they have tilt? Oh yeah, they do have tilt right there. That just tabs in though, so that's kind of neat. And then not really forward and back or anything, but you can point the toes if you want to. Overall though, I do like the design of them. One thing that is worth noting is, oddly enough, this plastic, like here, his thighs, is already looking like it's yellowing, which I don't, this is brand new, so I gotta believe that that's intentional on it. But like even when you look at like these joints here, but we have had some problems with yellowing plastic. Let me see, where's he at? Nope, well, I thought I had him over there. Oh wait, maybe. There we go. Hold on, I'm reaching around. I talked about how most of the Decepticons have it, but This blaster that came out in the Kingdom line, you can see that this is also having some of that yellowing happen, and then also I noticed it on this dude, the little, yeah, because you can see, I always forget the guy's name. I confuse eject and rewind, but you can see how the head section right up there, that like bit in the ball joint, that doesn't have it. That's still pretty great, but the surrounding plastic you can see is yellowing. I know I talked about it a while ago, how it seemed like it was mostly the Decepticons that it was doing it to, but here's an Autobot that it's doing it with, which is kind of annoying, and it's similar. I mean, that's weird. It's not as pronounced, but I don't like that. So I don't particularly like the color on there. It just gives PTSD vibes for the most part. Now, transformation on this guy, fairly simple, but does some, kind of unique things. So first, you're going to want to rotate his head all the way around, and then make him look up. And then you take that, and then you collapse that down into that back cavity. Now, the instructions don't actually show this, but if you leave the fist like this, it's not going to tab in properly in vehicle mode. So actually rotate these around, which makes sense because it slightly shifts the round section from being a little bit more inward to a little bit more outward. So it lines up a little bit better and actually locks into place, which that's, it is what it is kind of thing. Take this back section, go ahead and lift this up away from the body, and then you can take this entire upper section and then separate that. Reach down here and pull this little panel out. Come on. Oh, all right. I'll just pull out a little card. I don't know what did I do with my... I'm just flipping through the junk that's on my desk. Here we go. I got the Thanos guitar pick. Because I can't get that out. What is happening? Come on, dude. Seriously? Why is that there? Oh my god. Alright. Pull that out just like that. Kind of straighten that right there. And then you want to take this entire assembly and you're going to rotate this around to the back. Kind of get that on an angle like so. Get these legs as straight as you possibly can, especially with the thigh bit right there. And then take this inner panel. You want to rotate that all the way around to the out section, and this is the bit that's going to attach to the hands, and I'll show you that here in a second. So again, take this, rotate this around, collapse that there, and then point the toes till they lock into place, just like that. Now you can take this and you can use this to kind of store inside here. It's a little bit easier to do it like now. Kind of like that. And then bring that together. And then sandwich all of this. It doesn't, it's a pain in the butt to kind of line that up. Like that, and then come on, get in there. I'm not gonna worry about it. It stores there. You can bring that together just like so. Then these arms, this part is kind of the cool part right here. So you want to open these up here, and then this will swivel in, and then rotate this down, and then you have a little tab bit right there that locks in the shoulder. So again, do that on this side. Rotate that out, swivel that down and in, bring that down, lock that in, just like so. Keep that there. All right, and then take this whole section, collapse this down, and then angle this back. Oh, sorry, rotate that around, then you can collapse that, get that out of the way. This section here will shift up. This is the part that I was kind of talking about now, though. So you have on the inside here these little tabs that are going to lock on the forearm. Do that there. line in, and then bring this around. And this part here shifts up, just like that. Do that there, and then this. It's not shifted right. And then push that up, lock that in. Now, like I said, if you don't actually rotate the fist around, it's not going to lock in very easily. No, hold on. I feel like I have his arms rotated, which that makes things line up improperly. There we go. Something like that. Alright, so like that. And then you just kind of situate all this. Then you bring this piece out here and see like his thighs. That's part of it. His thighs are a little bit more rotated around. So you can kind of see what's going on here. It makes it easier, much easier, if everything is straight. And like with those really stiff joints, it makes it hard to kind of do that. Alright, so there, kind of situate everything back to where it was. Come on, get you to... Come on, get in there. There you go. Like that. Like that, okay. And like I said, as long if things, and you can see that it's a little bit rotated, so that does make it a little bit trickier to do. There we go. All right, something like that, something like that. Then you take this guy, come around here to the bottom, and then you attach this. So that's where that part forming thing comes from, which, you know, is what it is. And then, like I said, if you wanted to, you can attach this on the inside here, and it would sit there, which kind of covers that up a little bit. For the most part, he kind of looks like what we've seen. So, again, we don't know necessarily how accurate it is, but it still looks pretty decent, honestly. I do like it. He rolls, obviously. He's got, like, these little weird wheels underneath here. He's obviously got, like, visible hands there. You know, this is one of those cases where I feel like because they have not had the final design of this guy for too terribly long, it's one of those things where the figure is not necessarily going to be that good right now. In a few years, they'll probably come out with a better version of this guy, more accurate representation. This is pretty decent for the most part, but again, they get the design after the movie kind of does it. They give them kind of like concept art, so it's going to look a little bit different. And toys need several months to be able to be developed, molded, all that kind of stuff. So if you don't have the completed design yet, and a lot of times these movies, you know, they tweak the design almost up to the point where they release the movie. So it's harder to kind of get an accurate representation of him. This isn't bad, though. It really isn't. It really does have that, you know, very Cybertronian look, and I keep futzing with the rotation there. So like all the designs and stuff that we're getting are as accurate as they could possibly be. You know, like this probably looked like Optimus at some point in time during the development of the movie. Does he still look like this? Time will tell. We haven't seen the film yet. So, it's still cool, though. I still like the figure. It is simple with the transformation, but I do really like how they do the arms. It is a little bit different than that normal kind of tuck sort of thing that Optimus always does. It's a different take on that. Legs, basically, you know, if you've ever had an Optimus Prime figure, you know how those work. But the biggest newest kind of thing is their take on the arms, which I think is cool. I do like that. That was a really interesting bit of engineering. So I do like the figure. I do recommend him. I do still strongly think that we'll probably get a better version of him at some point in time in the future. But that doesn't mean that this is a bad figure by any stretch of the imagination. He's fun. He's simple. I think robot mode is his best looking mode. Yeah, there you go, guys. There's my look at the new Transformers 1 Studio Series Deluxe Class Optimus Prime. Now, this figure is very, very slowly hitting retail locations. He may not be at all of them just yet, but you can get this guy through online places like Big Bad Toy Store. So for that, I will put a link right down there in the video description where you can swing on by and check out availability on him, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. But if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would show your support by hitting that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out and lets me know that you actually like this video. Also, if you're new to the channel, which it's possible that you might be because this is a new figure and people may be looking for it with the new movie and everything coming out, be sure, hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any future reviews of mine. And as always, this has been Optibotimus saying thank you so much. Of course, I'm choking. Adios, au revoir, and I'll be the same.